JavaScript. If you want to learn basics of JavaScript, then you are at right place. Thanks to freecodecamp.org, who is providing a well-explained tutorial for completely free. I am here to add value to that tutorial. Means I will explain you the tutorial step by step. So if you are a beginner and if you are having any doubt, then you will be clarified here. If you are completely new to FreeCodeCamp and don't know how to use it, then open freecodecamp.org. As I said, it is completely free. So click here, get started, it's free. Then it will ask you to register yourself. I have already registered. Now scroll down and go to this course, JavaScript Algorithm and Data Structure Certification. It is completely 300 hours course, but in this tutorial we will cover only basics of JavaScript. So it is 113 lessons. I will explain you how to cover this complete 113 lessons step by step. So JavaScript is a scripting language you can use to make web pages interactive. It is one of the core technologies of web along with HTML and CSS. If you want to go for web development, then you must know JavaScript. It is a high demanding language nowadays. And if you know JavaScript and you are going for web development, then normally the salary will be maybe from $50,000 to $60,000 per year. It depends on your quality, your experience, your depth of knowledge in complete web development course. So let us start our course. First lesson, comment your JavaScript code. What are comments? Comments are lines of code that JavaScript will intentionally ignore. Okay. Whatever may be the programming language, it may be JavaScript, Java, C, C++, Python, any programming language. Comments are always ignored. The program will not execute the comments. So why you are using this? Comments are a great way to leave note to yourself or to other people who will be later need to figure out what that code does. Suppose you wrote a program of 1000 to 2000 or 5000 or 10,000 lines, and after 1 or 2 years, again some modifications required. Then it may be difficult for you to modify your own program, because at that time you may forget that which one is implemented for which purpose. Okay, so these things you can write as a comment in your program. In JavaScript, there are two ways to write a comment. Number one, we can use double slash. This is called an inline comment. And second one, we can use forward slash, asterisk and asterisk forward slash. And within this, we can write our command. And this comment is multi-line comment. Okay. So as you write code, you should regularly add comments to clarify the function of part of your code. Good commenting can help communicate the intent of your code both for others and for your future self. So we covered this lesson. Now it is task for us. Try creating one of each type of comment. So this is our work area. Here I will write my code. Then I will click here, run the test. So double slash. This is a single line comment. I can write anything, okay? And slash forward slash asterisk. this is a multi-line comment asterisk forward slash. Okay, now you see here also it covers 2 lines, right? But this is due to the wrapping feature, means as this line is long enough to fit here, so that's why it wrapped to next line, but actually it is 1 line. See this line numbers. Okay, but this comment covers 3 lines. It is a 3-line comment or multi-line comment. Okay, now click on run the test. Yes, we covered 1%. Congratulations. Now submit and go to next challenge. Click on this. Then declare JavaScript variable. In computer science, data is anything that is meaningful to the computer. JavaScript provides 8 different data types which are undefined: null, boolean, string, symbol, big int, number, and object. Okay. For example, computer distinguishes between numbers such as the number 12 and string such as 12 within double quotes, dog within double quotes. Okay, these are treated as string and these are treated as numbers. Here also we wrote a number, but we wrote it within strings, so it is treated as a string. Okay. Computers can perform mathematical operations on a number but not on a string. What is a variable? Variable, suppose we are writing x, y. In mathematics we are writing let x equal 5. So it means x is a variable and we assigned the value 5 to it. Okay. So value which is a fixed value, right? Value has fixed value, but variable, it has the ability to vary its value. That's why it is called variable. Okay, suppose we are writing x equal 5, means the value of x is 5. We can write x plus 7 equal 22. So in this case the value of x is 15. Okay, so at line number 3 the value of x is 5, but at line number 4 the value of x is 15. So it can change from program to program and it may change from statement to statement. Okay, but this 5 it is always 5, this 7 it is always 7, this 22 it is always 22. So value, they possess fixed values, it will never change, but the value of variable may change as per our requirement, right? Variables are similar to the x, y. Okay, any letter we can use or any name we can use. Suppose I will write name equal Subrat Das. So it means I created a variable whose name is name and I stored a string to it, Subrat Das. Okay, and this is our assignment operator which assigns this string to this variable. Okay, so we tell JavaScript to create or declare a variable by putting the keyword var in front of it, var and the variable name. Okay, so in this case we are only creating the variable, not assigning anything. Suppose I wrote var name, then I am creating only a variable name. Okay, and semicolon at last shows that it is our end of statement. So in modern JavaScript it is optional. Modern browsers know where to end the statement. So if you forget it, then also it will run perfectly without any issue. Okay, but it is a good idea to write semicolons at end of statement. In JavaScript we end statements with semicolons. Variable names can be made up of numbers, letters, and dollar or underscore, but may not contain spaces or start with a number. Okay. So let us practice it in browser. I am using Google Chrome. You can use any browser to practice it. So open browser, press F12, the function key. Okay, F12, function key. Press this one. Developer console will open, and see here this console is selected, and this is your console. You can write JavaScript statement here to check. Okay, so suppose I wrote var name. Yes, it is allowed. Suppose I wrote var @name. It is showing invalid or unexpected token. Means a variable name cannot contain @sign. Suppose I wrote var underscore role. Yes, it is allowed. Okay. So we can use letters, numbers, dollar and underscore, but may not contain spaces. Okay, we cannot write space in between it, or start with a number. Suppose I will write var underscore roll 2. Yes, it is allowed, but I can't write var 2 roll. Okay, the first letter should not be a number. It can be underscore or a letter. Okay. Now we completed the lesson, and a task for this lesson: use the var keyword to create a variable called myname. Okay. So we will erase all these things and write var, and the name should be myname and a semicolon at end. Then run the test. Yes, we completed 2%. So scroll down, submit and go to next challenge. Then sorting values with the assignment operator. Storing values with the assignment operator. So I have already told you that we can use equal sign as an assignment operator to assign value to any variable. Okay. So here we have the task: assign the value 7 to variable a. So we will write here a equal 7. Okay. So here we declared the variable. Now we are assigning a value to it. Okay. So let us see the output. Run the test. Yes. Then submit and go to next challenge. So as this is freecodecamp.org, it's completely free, and you want to be free and want to support them, then you can support your donation. They have different donation offers. Otherwise, you can click here, ask me later. Still you can use it. Okay, it is completely free. If you can afford, then you can donate, right? Okay. So then assigning the value of one variable to another. So here our task is assign the content of A to variable B. So we have declared a variable A, then assigned value 7 to it. Now declared another variable B. Now we will assign the value of A to B. So we will write B equal A. Okay, in this way we are assigning the contents of A, the value of A, to variable B. Let us run the test. Yes. Submit and go to next challenge. Then initializing variables with the assignment operator. So define a variable A with var and initialize it to value of 9. So var A. Okay, we declared a variable. Now we will assign 9 to it. So a equal 9. Now run the test. Define a variable a with var and initialize it to a value of 9. So here it is saying you should initialize a to value of 9. So we initialize to value of 9, but I think we should do in same line. Yes. So that is also allowed, but as ready-made program is written here, so they want to check, they want to explain us that yes, in same line also we can do that. Okay, we can write like this: var a, then a equal 9. Okay, but we can write it in same line, var a equal 9. Let us check in web browser. var a, then a equal 9. Yes, we can do that. Then var a equal 9. Yes, that is also allowed. Okay. Then declare string variables. So in the same way we can declare string variables, but the strings will be within double quotes. So our task for this class is create two new string variables, my first name and my last name, and assign them the values of your first and last name respectively. Okay, so var my first name equal Subrat and var my last name equal Das. Okay, let us run the test. Yes, we completed 5%. Submit and go to next challenge. Understanding uninitialized variables. When JavaScript variables are declared, they have an initial value of undefined. Okay, see here, when I wrote var a, okay, now I want to print a. Sorry, already 9 is stored there. Suppose I will add var b and I print b, then it is showing me undefined. Okay. If you do a mathematical operation on an undefined variable, your result will be none, which means not a number. So let us see. Let us print b plus 5. Okay, so the output is none, not a number. If you concatenate a string with an undefined variable, you will get a literal string of undefined. Suppose we write b plus a string. Let us say Subrat. Okay, so it is displaying undefined Subrat. Okay, this undefined is concatenated with Subrat. Initialize the three variables a, b and c. This is our task for this lesson. Initialize the three variables a, b and c with 5, 10 and I am a respectively, so that they will not be undefined. Okay. So we have three different variables a, b and c, and here we are performing some task, but as we know that it is not defined, so it will give us error like this, nan and undefined. So we will initialize it. So a equal 5, b equal 10 and c equal I am a. Now let us run the test. Yes, we completed 6%. Submit and go to next challenge. Understanding case sensitivity in variables. In JavaScript, all variables and function names are case sensitive. This means that capitalization matters. My var, all are capital letters, is not same as my var where m and v both are capital, and it is not similar with my var where all are small letters. Okay, these three are different in JavaScript. Let us see. var b equal Subrat and var capital B equal thus. Okay, I show two different strings, one to small b and one to capital B. Now let us add these two. So see the output Subrat thus. Means this small b, lowercase b and uppercase b are treated as two different variable names. Okay. So what is the best practice? Write variable names in JavaScript in camel case. Camel case means after first word, the first letter of each word should be capital letter. That is called camel case. See here examples. Sum variable. Sum is first word. Variable is second word. There is no space between it. And this V is in capital letter. Similarly, another variable name. So variable name, there are three words. So from second one onwards, the first letter of each word is capitalized. Okay. Similarly here, this variable name is so long. Okay. So after second word onwards, see the first letter of each variable is capitalized. Okay. Now task for this lesson. Modify the existing declarations and assignments so their names use camel case. Don't create any new variable. Okay. So here study cap var. So this S should be small studly. Studly cap var. This R should be small letter. Then proper camel case. Yes, it is correct. Title case over. Okay. Now this same we should use here because these are variable assignments. So the name should be same in both the case. So I copied there from there and pasted here. Okay. Now let us run the test. Yes, submit and go to next challenge. Explore difference between the var and let keyword. From this point onwards, we will cover in our next class. Thank you.